just as a, even if you don't use it at your shul, just as a point of, I recommend it as a resource. I think it's a
Yeah,
nice
no,
book for your
so
library, even if
I
you
was
don't
lucky
use it
that
at
this friend
shul.
of mine was loaning it to me, so.
Yeah, yeah, I do recommend it. I think it's a good book to have. Okay, so we know that we do the Amidah at every service. Morning, the morning service, the Musaf service, the weekday service, Shabbat service, festival service, evening service, every service you do on Amidah. The one in the evening is different. Does anybody know why it's different in the evening than the morning and Musaf in afternoon?
No.
Okay. The reason it's the thing that makes it different is there's no Kedusha. There's no silent Amida repeated or start together or whatever.
Oh,
There's no Kedusha in the evening Amida. I'm not sure exactly why. It would be interesting. I should find out. But there is no
Kedusha is
Kedusha.
when you say there's no Kedusha, the Kedusha is the silent part. What does that
No,
mean?
no,
the,
no.
Well, the Kedusha is the part that you do out loud. Even if you do it silently, you start at the beginning with the Baruch Atah, and that goes for a page or so. And then the Kedusha is the part that you will do out loud regardless. That was the part that you need actually a minion for. Any
Oh,
of the Kaddishes, you need a minion for that.
Kedusha is from the word kadosh, holy, right?
And Kiddush and Kaddish and all those. It's a form. So it's all from the same word, and you all need an aliyah, a minion for all of them, except obviously the Kiddush. You don't need a minion.
Thank you.
Okay. Also, there are ask fors in the weekday Amidah that are not in the Shabbat Amidah, because you're not supposed to really ask for things. You're just supposed to be praising God. But we do ask for things anyway. We just say, I know I'm not supposed to, but it's the same thing actually. There are times when you're not supposed to do a eulogy. On happy days, you're not supposed to do a eulogy, but the rabbis will say, I know I'm not supposed to do a eulogy, but, and they will say something. So anyway, so those are the differences. They say there are 19. The Amidah is the standing prayer. It's also called sometimes the Shmona Esrei. You may have heard that phrase, and that's also the Amidah. The prayer is also the Amidah. Sometimes we refer to it that way, but actually there are 19 blessings in the weekday Amidah, but less in the Shabbat and festival. Okay, so we are going to start with the beginning, because this we all do, and oftentimes in the Shacharit, when if you do it silently, you do the whole thing silently except for the Kedusha. And then you will go back, whoever is leading the service will go back and begin at the beginning. And they will do it by themselves, except for you join in on the Kedusha and some of the other singing and the prayers. If you don't do it silently first and you just do it together, in the Shacharit Amidah, you start together through the Kedusha, and then you continue silently the end of the prayers.
Why do we do part of it silently and part of it out loud?
Okay. The Kedusha you have to do out loud because it's a group thing. It's a minion thing. It's a group thing. Why do you if you do not repeat it? Okay, you just start it together and then finish by yourself. That's you have to do the whole thing. So if you do it silently, then you've done the whole thing, and then you can do the Kedusha with the people. If you don't, mainly actually to me, it's for time or the fact that you don't feel like you have to repeat the Midah so many times in a day. You begin together. That's the way it is. You begin together and you go through the Kedusha, and then you have to finish it, and you finish it silently. There is another alternative, but I don't think it's done. I we did it briefly in our synagogue, to save time and so you would
You're breaking up.
hear it, and did the whole thing out loud without doing a silent Amidah together. But that's done very rarely, very rarely. You won't hear that. Okay, so we are going to because we also don't have so much time. We are going to begin together, and also because we want to do it out
Doing the
loud.
matriarch,
Obviously,
are you doing
So-
the matriarch one?
Sure. Well, the issue is.
Everyone, let me know because they're on two different pages and I get.
Oh,
confused.
yours A, B. You have A and B. Yes, I will do the
Yeah.
one. I will do the one. This is tricky for people that have Lev Shalem. I will do the matriarchs in Siddur Sim Shalom, not Lev Shalem. Lev Shalem adds a few more words that I think that the Sim Shalom does not, but I'll
I
do that.
got
So
confused.
do B.
doing it.
B is the one that adds the matriarchs. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Baruch atah Adonai
Adonai.
Eloheinu melech I'm reading melech. I'm not even looking at my page. Eloheinu ve'Elahei avotenu. Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov. Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor V'Hanara El Elyon. Ve'omer Chasadim Tovim V'konei Hakol V'zocher Chastei Avot Umevi Goel Livnei V'neihem Lama'an Shemo Ba'ahava. Okay, that's the same in every single Amidah that you will do. That will be the same. So it's a good thing to know. We can sing it if somebody feels like they want to chant it. That's okay too. It's a little bit easier. So anybody would somebody like to volunteer to read? Thank you, Arlene.
I'll try it. I'm a little rusty, but.
Okay.
Adonai Eloheinu, V'Elohei Avra, Avotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, V'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagivor V'Nora El Eloyon Gomel Hasadim Tovim V'Konei Hakol V'Soher Hasdei Avot Umedim Goel Livnei B'neihem Lema'an Shemo B'Ahava.
Perfect. Perfect. We may think that's a little redundant to keep saying Elohei, 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 Elohei. Can't we just say Elohei Avotenu V'Imotenu? I sort of like the explanation that I've heard about that. It's because everybody has a different relationship with God. So it's the God of each one of those. They may be, it's a little different. The feeling is different. The relationship is different. And so we specifically say the God of each one of our matriarchs and patriarchs, if you do the imahot.
I like
So,
that.
Yeah. Anybody else like to read or chant? Judy, you look like you're ready. Judy Carlin. Are you ready, Judy Carlin? You look like you're ready to volunteer. And then I'm going to call Judy Frank because when I said Judy, she perked up. So first, Judy Carlin.
Yeah, sorry, I know I was late and flitting around, but I'm trying to get ready for work after this, so sorry.
That's
Um,
okay.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Velohei Avotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzhak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah El Hagadol Hagibor Vanoha El Elyon Gomel Hasadim Tovin Bakonei Hakol Vazoher Hasadi Avot Umivi Goel Livnei Benehem Lama'an Shemo Ba'ahava.
Good.
It's a little easier to sing it, but
Yeah, well, that's why I
stumble over
gave
the
the
words.
did give you the option.
You
Because I
did.
know it's not
You
when
did.
it's something that you chant, you're not sounding out the words. So it's a little harder to do sometimes when you're reading.
Okay.
Okay,
I did the
Judy
best I
Frank, yes,
could.
no?
Yeah, okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Belohei Avotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Belohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Velohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor Bahanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Bechonei Hakol Zocher Chasdei Avot Umevi Goel Lifnei B'nehem Lama'an Shemo Ba'ahava.
Sophie, beautiful. Thank you, all of you. Thank you. Anybody else want to volunteer? Or we can move on. Okay, I'm going to move on because we're pretty familiar with that part, and we will get you for the next one. Okay, we're still on the beginning of the Mindah. We haven't gotten to the Kedusha yet. That's there, and then the next page. So the next piece is, this is different for the matriarchs and patriarchs. Melech Ozer Ufoked Umashia Umagain Baruch Ata Adonai Magain Avraham Ufoked Sarah. If you don't have that one, it's Melech Ozer Umashia Umagain Baruch Ata Adonai Magain Avraham. We've added Sarah obviously into the picture here. In the matriarchs one. Ata Gibor Laolam Adonai Mechaye Metim Ata Rav Lahoshia. Now we say, because it's between Shmini Atzeret and Pesach, we say Mashiv Haruach Umorid Hagashem. Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed Mechaye Metim Berachamim Rabim. So Mech Noflim Berafei Cholim Umatir Asurim. Mkayem emunato l'shenei afar. Mi chamocha baal givurot umi melach. Melech memit umchaye umatzmiach Yeshua. B'ne'aman ata lahachayot metim. Baruch ata Adonai mechaye metim. Okay. Just one little thing to add. We talk about resurrection. The Christians talk about resurrection. We don't usually talk about resurrection, actually. Part of it is we say, if something's going to happen afterwards, it'll take care of itself. You behave yourself in this world, you act properly and act honorably, then the next world would take care of itself. But in some places, we actually really do at least mention it. And this prayer is part of that thought. Mechaye metim. It's bringing to life the dead. Mate means dead, death, dead. So this prayer actually, even though we don't pay attention to it. Actually, some of the Hebrew we read and don't. A lot of the Hebrew we read and we don't necessarily know every word. Some we don't even pay attention to the message behind it. This one we sort of ignore because we don't really want to talk about the L'chaim team. We don't talk about it very much, but just you should know that it's in here in the same way that we know that in the Kaddishes, there's nothing about death. Everybody thinks, because we have the mourner's Kaddish, and even in the mourner's Kaddish, there's nothing about death. It's only affirmation of God. So in this one, we actually do talk about resurrection of the dead.
So do we
Okay.
believe in resurrection?
Yes.
I'm sorry,
Susan, what?
as Jews, do we believe in resurrection? And
We
if so,
do actually. We believe that the resurrection will come during the days of the Messiah. Don't ask me how they're going to fit all those people in the world. Don't ask me how you're going to come back. Neil Gilman, I think, used to say, "Am I going to come back before Weight Watchers or after Weight Watchers?" So, it's something that we really don't. For sure, as conservative Jews, we don't discuss very much. We don't concentrate on because there's nothing we can really do about it. We don't think there's anything we can do about it, really. And I've been to a Catholic funeral where they say, they're in a better place and that stuff. We don't really think of life that way. We believe in the living. So, but there obviously is a place for resurrection of the dead. So I just want you to realize that it is here, and not ignore that it's here. We don't have to pay attention to it, but we have to at least know that it's here.
interesting.
Okay, who would like to read? Judy Frank, do I have a volunteer?
Okay, I'm volunteering, but
Or Francis?
we don't say the matriarchs at all. We're using a
Okay,
prayer book.
that's fine. That's fine. Whatever you're comfortable with is fine. I'm trying to let people know what's there.
We have this prayer book that we got just before we went egalitarian, and I don't think we're going to change it for a little while, Okay.
Yeah, you might not change the prayer book. Look, I don't find it terribly offensive if people don't include the matriarch. The phraseology where it's taken from did not, but many people feel now that we made them out of the prayers, so we would need to bring them back. Either way, it's okay. Just as an aside, what we did in our synagogue, because we had just bought the Sim Shalom, which the big one did not include the matriarchs, the Sim Shalom does, the one that came after. We just put it in the front of the book so people can look at it there. But if your synagogue doesn't use it, that's okay too. So whichever you are comfortable with, and that's fine, Francis. You can read that.
Machal Keo Chaim B'Chesed, Machayei Meitim B'Rachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim V'Rofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umakayei, Kayim, Emunoto, Lishnei Afar, Mi Chamocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umida Merlach, Melech Memit Chayei Yeshua.
No, I don't think so. Melech Memit.
Where are we? Melech Memit, Umachaye, Umatzmiach, Yeshua.
Thank you.
Okay.
One more line.
Oh, okay. The Namar, the Noman, no, where are we? The Naman,
You're exactly right, but Naaman, yes.
yes. Ata, Lechayot, Lechachayot, Meitim,
Exactly.
Baruch Ata Adonai, Mechaye HaMeitim.
Good. Okay, you just left out the first two sentences that whether you do emot or not, you can start with Melech or Zer.
Pardon? What there?
Before there, I don't have your book, but after the first paragraph,
Yeah,
there's
Melech
some
Hoser,
other stuff in between.
yeah, Melech Hoser Umatz Umachsia
Now look, there's a bump with a dot on top. It's easy. Moshiach.
Moshiach Uman Gain
Yes,
Baruch atah Adonai, Gain Avraham.
good. More.
Atah Gibor Leolam. Wait a minute. Leolam Adonai Mechaye Metim Atah Rav Lahoshiach.
Good. Just because we're coming up to Hanukkah, we read in the first line, Melech Ozer Mashiach Magen Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Avraham. We talk about what Magen do we talk about?
A shield. right?
Usually, instead of Magen Avraham, what do we usually say?
Where am I now?
It has nothing to do with this prayer.
Oh,
I'll say it in Yiddish, Mogen.
oh, Mogan David, star.
Thank you. Exactly.
Is that
Thank you.
Yiddish? Is that Yiddish? I didn't know that.
Magain is Hebrew, yes.
Mhm.
It's like Sarot and Tsuris, the same word. Sarot is Hebrew, Tsuris is Yiddish. So, yeah, so, okay, we talk about the shield of David. That's what the star is, the shield of David. Okay. Anybody else would like to read?
Okay.
Okay, Arlene.
Which line, starting with Melech?
Yes, please.
Melech, Ozer, Ufo, Cade.
What? Yeah, okay, you have the women. Yes, okay, yes.
Uvocade, Umoshia, Umagain,
Good,
Baruch, Ananai, Magain, Avraham, Ufo, Cade, Sarah,
good,
Ata, Ki, Vor, Le Olam, Adonai,
good,
Mechaye, Metim, Atara, Lehushia.
good.
Digo,
Mashiv Haruach Marina Gashem. Yes,
okay.
that's what we say now.
Mishiv ha ro ha umo read ha Goshem.
Gashem.
Hashem.
Geshem is rain. Gashem is, they think it might actually be a mistake. It shouldn't be Gashem, it should be Geshem, but we read it Gashem.
Michal Kel Hayim Behesed Mechaye Metim Berahamim Ravim So Med No Nolim Vero Fe Holim Uma Tir Surim Kayim Kayim Elmonato Li Shene Far Mi Mocha Baal give for wrote Umi Do Me Lach Melech Me May Meet Chaya Umatz Mi Cha
Ach,
Yeshua
good.
Me
No, we don't read the me part because that's only Shabbat Shuvah.
okay. So it's a go V'nei man
Exactly.
lecha ha yot metim baruch ata Adonai mechaye ham tim
Good.
ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh.
Nope. Stop. Then we're going to get into the Kedusha.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that the Kedusha where that starts, where she?
The
just-
next page, Nekadesh et Shimcha, that's the Kedusha. It should say on the top of your page, I don't know which book you have, it should
Yeah,
say the
does.
Kedusha.
Does.
So,
Okay,
yeah, we're going on to the Kedusha now, then?
or unless anybody else would like to read the Hebrew. Thank you, Judy. First, Judy's gonna read, and then we'll move to the Kedusha.
Nekadesh et Shimcha. Oh,
No, she's gonna
I
start the
thought we were
Kedusha.
starting there. I'm
That's
sorry.
okay, you can start the Kedusha. You read well enough. You can start the Kedusha.
sorry.
I don't need to do it. You can do it.
I'm sorry. I didn't
That's
want to.
okay. That's okay.
Nekadesh et Shimcha ba'olam. Hashem Shimkadishim
No, sound it out. Don't try to do it. Just sound it out.
Shim Shim. Wait a minute.
Shemakdishim.
Shemechi Kidishim. Oto Bashime Marom. Hakatuv al Yad Nefa Bechara Ze
No.
El Ze. What?
Beg Kakatuv Ayad
Wait a minute.
Niviecha. You see it?
Oh, Nevi Echa
Good.
Bechara Ze El Ze Amar.
Good.
Kadosh, 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 Adonai Sifaot. Below call haaretz kavodo. Az bakal ra'ash kadol atir v'chazka
It's a chazak.
V'zacha.
Minit chazek.
How do you
Chazak.
say it? V'zach.
Chazak.
Oh,
Strength.
v'chazach, right. V'chazach mashmi'im call metinas im la'amat
The umat.
la'umat serafim lo ama
The same word, it's the same from the same word you just, when I corrected, remember? Umat? The same word, but a little bit with a suffix.
lumatam.
Good.
Is that right? Baruch.
Yeah.
Yomeru Baruch Avod Adonai Mim Kamo. Mim
Good.
Kamo. Mim Kamo. Kamo Mo. Is that it?
The
Mim.
word that if you
Mim
Baruch
kamo.
Kavod Adonai Mim Komo,
Mo.
yes.
How do you say the last word?
Mim Komo.
It is right. Mim
Makom.
Kamo
It's
Mo.
his place. From
Yes.
his place.
Okay.
Okay. Me is the prefix. Makom is the primary word, and the O is the third person singular. So it's me Makomo, from his place, where God dwells. It has in the English. Okay, dwell Adonai Mim Komo, Mim Komo. Actually, but remember
That's a
what I
good-
said about the Shva. You can hear it sometimes. You cannot hear it. That's a little wavy there. Okay. All right. I'm gonna stop because this is new stuff, and I'm gonna ask some. Yes, Arlene, you have a question.
Can you do it through? Can you do it?
Sure. Nekadesh et shimcha ba'olam. Kashem shemakdishim oto bishmei marom. Kakatuv al yad neviecha v'karazeh elzeh v'amar. Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzevaot, Malo Chol Haaretz Kavodo. Az Bakol Rosh Gadol, Adir v'Chazak Mashmi'im kol. Mitnasim le'umat serafim le'umatam Baruch Yomeru. Baruch Kabod Adonai Mimkomo. Okay, if you know, does anybody know any of the choreography that we do on any of the part we just read? Any piece of it?
Yeah, the
Anybody
Kadosh-
volunteer? Judy Carlin and then Francis Kane. You tell me one thing, Judy Carlin,
You
that's
get to
choreography in
kadosh,
this.
kadosh, kadosh. You stand up on your toes 3 times.
Right.
Right, exactly. Also, you're supposed to have your feet together for this prayer, for the whole Amidah, you're supposed to have your feet together. And this is actually imitating the angels. We're going like the angels on high, because they're the ones that we're quoting here, the angels. So we go up on our toes, we try to raise ourselves up a little bit. Any other choreography that we do in this prayer? Yes, Gloria.
Bekara Zeh El Zeh Amar. You go to the left and to the right on Zeh.
Good, 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 good. Okay. Just one more choreography that I didn't mention, and I may have mentioned last time. When we start the Amidah, oftentimes we go back 3 steps and forward 3 steps, because you're approaching the king. So you go backwards, but then you need to be able to go back afterwards. So you want to go forward, so you go back and then forward. And you do the same thing when you finish the Amidah. This is like I said before, when I talked about the different names for the Amidah, one of them is the prayer. The rabbis thought of this was the prayer, was the Amidah.
The makes it special.
Yeah, what?
The,
It's very
I
special.
added-
This is one of the prayers. First of all, if you can't do all of your prayers, this is one of the ones you must do if you're going to, meet the requirements, as it were. The Shema and this and something else, but this also can be done without a minyan, but you don't do the Kedusha. You do the rest of the prayers by yourself, but you don't do the Kedusha if you're not in a minyan. Yes, Gloria.
The Shemona Esrei, that means 18. When was the 19th prayer?
I don't know. I just remember hearing people talk that it's called the Shemona Esrei, but it's really not. So obviously it was added later, and I'll look into it and find out, because that's a good question. It would be nice to know that the 19th prayer was added. I mean, in our whole Siddur, it started with certain prayers and then they added and added and added. But this is in this prayer itself, they did add also. So yeah, I will find out, because it does have 19, because that's the trick question. If you're doing a Bible ball or a trivia thing, how many prayers are in the Amidah? And of course, people think 18 because of Shemona Esrei, but it's actually 19. So anyway, I'll find out.
so
Any
there are
other
19
questions?
So there,
What?
just to clarify what Gloria asked, I didn't realize that. Are there
There are
other,
19 blessings in the Shemona Esrei. Yes.
okay, are there other prayers, and I'm putting that in quotes because I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
That have a certain, that have an.
They're not
important
called by a
number?
number. No, there are no other prayers that are called by a number. No, only the Amida.
I
We
never
don't
thought
count
that.
them. We don't count them in other ones. Only in the Amida.
So it's called Shemona Esrei, but there are really 19. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. Correct. It's a keep us on our toes.
Thank you. It's so interesting. Thanks, Gloria.
I've always wondered.
Me
Yes,
too.
that's a good question. I'm gonna add that. Barry is out, but I will ask him. I hope it either I presume he'll know the answer, and if he doesn't, he knows where to get it. So I'm lazy, so I'll ask him. Okay. Any other questions about this? Okay. Anybody else want to read before we continue this piece? Okay, Judy, you look like you're going to read, Judy Carlin, unless you're just talking to yourself.
No, it's.
Okay, thank you, Judy.
Okay. Nekadesh et Shemcha ba'olam kashem shemakdishim oto b'shama. B'shemei.
Bishmei.
B'shemei marom kakatuv al yad neviecha v'kara zel el zeh v'yamar. Kadosh, 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 Adonai la'ot, Lo kol haaretz kavodo, la'umatam baruch yomeru, baruch kavod Adonai mimakomo, uva devrei kadosha katuv lo le'amor, yim lo Adonai le'olam lo Elohai,
I
Elohai,
don't know why.
right?
Yeah.
Elohai,
Okay.
Elohai Sayon, Lador Vador, Hallelujah.
Oh, you kept
Lador
reading. Okay.
Vador.
That's why I couldn't figure out where we were here. Okay. Yes. Keep
Oh,
going.
no? But, should I finish?
Sure.
Lador Vador, Nagi Goleha, Ulanetza Natsahin, Kadushata, Nakadish, Vashivaha, Vashivaha, no,
Vishiv ha ha.
Vashivhaha, Eloheinu, Mifinu lo yamush laolam va'ed ki el melech gadol v'kadosh ata baruch ata Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
Good. Good. She kept going.
Right?
Good.
Okay.
Yes. So again, Mimkom Macha. Again, we talked about Makom. Okay. Malkenu is our king, our sovereign. Okay. We have a lot of words that we recognize. And also, I don't discourage you from looking at the English as well. So you sort of know what you're reading, which is not a bad thing either. It's nice to know the ideas of what you're reading, so it means something. And also, you will recognize some words for sure. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna read actually the part that she just read because I was actually lost because I didn't realize she was continuing. Mim kom mecha malkenu tofia, v'timloch aleinu ki mechakim anachnu lach. Matai timloch b'tzion, v'karov b'yameinu, la'olam va'ed tishkon. Titkadal v'titkadash b'toch Yerushalayim ircha. Lador vador ulenetzach netzachim. Ve'enenu tir'ena malchutecha. Kadavar ha'amur. V'shirei uzecha. Al yedei David Mashiach tidkecha. Imloch Adonai leolam. Elohayach Zion lador vador. Hallelujah. Who knows what lador vador?
Generation to generation.
Generation.
Good. That's a good thing to know, and you'll see it. You see it again in the next paragraph. So good. But yes. Okay. Yeah, a lot of other words we know. Malchutecha, malchut is sovereignty from Melech.
Oh,
Okay. So just so, but so you know what a little bit of what you're just talking about. Bishire. Does anybody know where the word is without this prefix and suffix?
sheer.
What's in
song,
there?
Song.
Right, song, exactly. Sheer, song, Bishire. Okay. So you know a little bit about what even if you don't know every word, you actually do know a lot of the words that you're reading in this particular prayer actually. Okay. Okay. Do I have a volunteer that will read that paragraph? Mim komacha. How about Judy Frank? I know you
No,
can
Gloria,
do it.
Gloria raised her hand.
Gloria, okay.
She hasn't read yet, so. Let's give her.
Okay. I'll get you yet, Judy. Gloria, please.
Mimekomaha Malkenu Tofia Vitimlo Halenu Ki Mechakim Anachnu Loch Matai Timloch B'Tzion Bakarov B'Yamenu Le'olam Va'ed Tishkon Tit Gadal V'Tit Kadash B'Toch Yerushalayim Ircha Lador Vador Ulenetzach Nitzachim Ve'enenu tirena malchutecha, kadavar ha'amur b'shirei uzecha, al yedei David Mashiach tzikecha. Yimloch Adonai leolam Elohayech Zion, lador vodor, hallelujah.
Good, lovely. And when we do the take up the Torah, we say Al Yedei Moshe. It's by the hand of Moshe. Okay, it's the same Al Yedei. So you'll see different phraseology that you'll see in a number of the texts. Yerushalayim Ircha. Ir is
There was
city.
a song.
Ircha is your city. Jerusalem is God's city. We think of that as being, like the special place. Okay. I'm going to read the next paragraph so we can finish here and then ask for a volunteer. Lador vador nagid godlecha, ulenetzach nitzachim, kedushatecha nakdish, v'shiv racha Eloheinu, mipinu lo yamush la'olam va'ed, ki el melech gadol v'kadosh ata, baruch ata Adonai ha'el hakadosh. Okay, do I have a volunteer? Francis, you're so quiet. I know you can read, but you're so quiet today.
Because we sing through the whole thing. We're
I'm
singing.
telling you, you can sing. I'm giving you permission to sing.
Okay,
You can
Let me
sing.
sing.
You
Let
can-
me sing you Lador Vador. Lador
Good.
Vador V'hi Godlecha. Unetzach Netzachim Kedushato Nagdish. V'shivtecha Eloheinu Mipilu lo Yamush. Leolam Leolam Va'ed. Ki El Melech Melech Gadol Gadol V'kadosh Ata. Baruch Ata Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh.
Good. Yasher Koach. Beautiful. Beautiful. I like it, but I think one of the reasons, and really any of you feel free to sing anything that you know how to sing or would like to sing. But one of the reasons that the trick part is that's not the tune that we use. So if I would sing it, it wouldn't sound anything like that. We have two different tunes, one which requires participation and one which doesn't. The one that does, I don't know if I do. La door va door,
Vador.
so,
So
right.
we
So
sing, yeah.
exactly. So we all sing different ones, and that's part of the part. When we start the Amidah, it's the same. I don't think there's any choice, but like things like that, we have different ways of singing. Yes, Judy Carlin.
Who
Trope.
decided what
Trope
to?
is
Wait,
Shabbat.
1
what-
minute, Arlene. 1 minute, Arlene.
Sorry.
Judy Carlin. Yes, it's
That's
okay.
like the trope that you sang is like the trophies on Shabbat, not for the daily.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, daily. We don't sing a lot. It's really chanting when we do it on weekdays. There's a trope for the whole thing, most of it, and there's the same. It is a tune. The trope is the notes, and there's a different one for weekdays for sure. And we don't do things like this on weekdays. I mean, you do have the same prayers. Actually, the Kedusha is basically the same, but we do it more to a trope thing rather than the singing it like that. Yes, absolutely. Part of it, I think, is time, and
Mhm.
part of it is attitude, because on Shabbat we have a different attitude than we have on weekdays.
Mhm. And part of
It's
it,
different way of approaching. Even we're in a different mindset on Shabbat than we are on weekdays.
and
Yes,
part of it is
Arlene.
who the cantor is.
Yeah, that's also somebody wanted to know how. I think Arlene basically, before I sort of caught her while I was trying to listen to Judy, is how do you decide? It's exactly what Judy Frank said. It depends
It's a
on who the
cantor.
person is that's leading. Yes, whether it's a cantor
We had
or
a
not.
cantor at our synagogue that was so outstanding. Oh my God, but he's not there anymore. And I just, every time the cantor now is okay, but every time he gets up to sing, I think about the other cantor because
Right. And
good.
some people like different kinds of singing. I particularly like it when the congregation is involved. Some people, like we had a chazan in one of the places that we lived in, who loved chazanut. That's if anybody knows Chazanut, that's like the old time cantors, and he loved it, and some people love it. And that's a whole different thing. As well as there are some prayers we think of that it's like there's only one way to sing it. So that's what everybody knows and think it's from whenever if anybody says something's like been forever, they say Sinai. It came at Sinai. That's a phrase that people use. And some of you find out were not from Sinai. Some of them, actually, we found out one was from Debbie Friedman. So for
Really?
sure not Sinai. And there are other things that different cantors have written that actually were accepted very widely. And then, there are all kinds of different tunes. So yes, that is the part of the issue with singing. Yes, Francis.
it- When we started our synagogue more than 50 years ago, we had a cantor and a rabbi combined, and he was determined that everybody would know how to pray. So we sang everything, and people who didn't read Hebrew learned how to sing everything along the way. So it's sort of a different attitude. It's
Yeah,
like,
for sure. And it's
Yeah.
look that we also had a cantor. This was at this shul, but not when I was here. I just visited, who didn't want anybody to sing,
Yeah.
except for the things they had to sing. He wanted to perform.
Yeah.
So you're absolutely right. Going back to what Judy Frank said, it depends on who the cantor is, or if you don't have a cantor who's leading, because there are also synagogues that don't have chazanim, that have lay people that do it. Sometimes it's a lay person that does it on a regular basis, and sometimes it's just a variety of lay people, depending on the congregation. Yes, Susan.
I just wanted to add that having gone to several congregations like all of us have throughout our lives, that I find it really enriching. I love to hear a new tune and in some places the cantor or the person leading will teach it actually and week after week or from time to time say, okay, let's practice this like
Right.
within a song. And when you're singing a prayer, it is a type of song, and that's not to take away
Yes.
from the
Yep.
religious
Oh, it
aspect.
is. But
I love
but you're
the-
open-minded. There are some people that don't want, this is what I had, this is what my mother had, this is what my father, so my grandfather had, I don't want anything new. So you happen to be open-minded, and there are many people that are, but there are also certain prayers that are more flexible than others. I will go give two extremes. One extreme that has a million different tunes. Somebody was going to volunteer what it is.
I don't know alone.
Thank you, Francis. That's exactly what I was going to say. Adon Olam. Adon Olam has more tunes than any other prayer that I
Right,
know of
they-
that I know
yeah.
of in the world, including It's a Small World. But the one that does not have, that we found actually because the cantor wanted to change it, is on Friday night. Not Friday night, on Yom Kippur night, Kol Nidre. There's an old time tune for that, and people expect to hear it. So I use those as my two extremes, and then lots of things in between.
Yeah.
So yes,
It's really
that
interesting
that
what
is
you're saying,
yeah.
the two bookends kind of our lives, but we live in a time, and part of it is with mobility and media and Zoom and all, that we can hear.
Hear different ones. Yeah.
It's exciting. At our temple, they're doing a lot of songs to a melody of songs or prayers to the melody of Beatles songs or Simon and Garfunkel. And I personally love that because, first of all, it's tempting not to have your brain go into the original song, but it emphasizes, because of the trope, because of the notes and because of the meaning, I find it very exciting
Yes.
to hear it differently. It's brand new in a sense.
Absolutely. Another prayer that we do, just as an aside, is you have to announce the new month. The Shabbos before a new month, we announce a new month.
Right.
And a piece of it, and this is, I've seen it with several cantors, they will change the tune depending on what month they're announcing. Like if they're announcing the month that Hanukkah's in, they'll sing it to a Hanukkah tune.
Oh,
If
yeah.
they're announced, you know,
Mhm.
so that also makes it
Oh.
fun. It makes it more alive. I think that's part of when you change tunes. And also we found when we read, if we weren't paying attention, we realized that when we say things, sometimes we're not even reading. So when
Right.
you sing and you sing a different tune, you become more aware of the words actually. So that's another side benefit of doing different. Okay. I yes,
Interesting.
Francis.
Interesting, when the Queen died, of course, you know, we're part of the Commonwealth. We sang the British Adon Olam, which is a little bit different, more formal, but we felt that that was the right thing. to
Very
do.
cool and appropriate.
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you do it?
Definitely.
Will you sing just a line or two?
Adon Olam Asher Malach B'Terem Kol Yitzir Nivra. That's
That's one of the Sinai ones, I think, Francis, also. The
Oh,
ones that we grew up with, I think that one. Even though we may know many different ones at this point. And it can, and I think part of because a lot of the words are 2-syllable words.
uh-huh.
The reason why it fits with almost any tune that you try to put it to.
Right. Whoa.
Including It's a Small World or anything else you want to put it to. Yeah.
Nice.
Arlene, did you want to say something?
I don't, my rabbi likes at the World Series to take me out to the ball game. Have you heard that one, Judy, at the World Series? For the World Series, he will do that. I imitate what he does, but
It's very fun. And
the other, it is common. Okay. I didn't know.
I've actually never heard anybody try to sing a Donalam to a tune that it didn't work to. It really is amazing. It works to almost anything. It's very fun.
Cool.
It's fun. That's also one of the prayers that was added later. Anyway, so I am obviously it's 10:59. I thank you all for coming. I will continue with Amidad. I wanted to get through at least this part because this is the part we do out loud. If you repeat, you will do more stuff out loud. If you do a repetition, I don't know if you're sure as you do or do not. We stopped when it was COVID, so this service would be shorter. But good news, bad news, they put it back in, at least for Shacharit Amida, if not Musaf, depending on how late the service is going. But anyway, we will continue. If there's any particular prayer that you would like to do in the service, not in the service, whatever, we will at least go over the prayers for Hanukkah. There are not so many, obviously, but we will do that next week.
That'll be great.
We have several. The first night, there are 3 prayers. After that, plus the paragraph. We're going to even do the paragraph that many people don't do, but there is a paragraph that some of the candles even have in it. And it's part of the Midah too. I will send it out, or the page numbers I will try to send out before next week. So I look forward to that, and I wish you all a Shabbat Shalom. And see you
Thank
next
you.
week. I just wanted to say, just for people that know, I know Arlene's been with her for a long time, but just so everybody should know that Cindy Plato's father died yesterday. So that's why she's not here, and I just thought that I would like
Oh.
people to know. So if she comes back, we can also wish her good
I have a
memories.
question. I have a quick
Yes.
question. So
Sure.
are we going through the end of the month then, for sure?
I don't know. I said I started out before you came, Judy, that I
I
was
thought
going
we
to
were
talk.
going through January. I thought we were going through
I was
January.
going to talk to Julia
thought we-
Loeb about it.
January.
I am willing to
Yeah.
go for a little. It depends on how you people feel. I would
Yeah.
really like, actually, because we've had a number of people drop off, which is okay. That we always do. And today is a good number of people. I like it. Then there's not too many people. You have more chance to read. How you feel about how long you would like to continue, or if you're going to be going away or whatever, and if there are any special prayers. So I really request some kind of input if I can from both of those things before next week, if possible.
Okay.
Thank
Well,
you.
yeah.
Yes.
oh no, I
Judy?
was just gonna say, I mean,
Okay.
I'd like to go through the end of December for sure.
Okay.
And
Okay. I mean, Fridays actually are pretty good for me. We're gonna be going away for a few days, just, and during cons to my sister's probably, but that won't be on a Friday. So, but let me know how what your situation is so I can
so
figure it out.
just send you an email.
Yeah,
Thank-
yeah. You all have my email address,
Sure,
obviously.
sure. Okay,
And just let me know.
okay.
Thank you very much.